Imagine the panic right today, that what kind of partner are we going to be out there, right? Because one is president, the other is vice president from the union of Lula's brother, who was going to would testify there at the Parliamentary Commission of Inquiry of the National Institute of Social Security, and the federal police carries out a raid. 66 locations search operation. Lula's brother, but the poor guy isn't even passing Wi-Fi. The guy is desperate. It's happening right now. I'll show you everything here. Hit that like button. It really helps with engagement, and come join our family here on the Paise Filhos channel. Look, my friends, the morning was intense, huh? Bolsonaro's brother, right? He's Bolsonaro's brother. The press, he's Bolsonaro's brother. Look at Bolsonaro's face, right? It has absolutely nothing to do with Pelego, right? It's really Bolsonaro. The union gave false information to Social Security about Lula's brother. They had already lied there. They had already lied. Look here, his face, even the mustache, is just like Bolsonaro's mustache. I say it's Leoncio. He looks like Leoncio from Woody Woodpecker, right? Remember the character Leoncio? And they lied there, and today, look, the money tracking and all that. The guys managed to get around the money tracking, all that cash. The union of Lula's brother. He's not Bolsonaro's brother. So the press can learn he's Lula's brother, press, not Bolsonaro's brother. Free Chico resorted to tricks to bypass the identification of the origin, the destination, the people responsible, or the final recipients of the money moved, according to a report, which targets fraud in the National Institute of Social Security. The information is included in a document produced by Council for Financial Activities Control, which is linked to the bank. Even Council for Financial Activities Control is turning in his brother. Can you imagine how things must be, right? Things must really be desperate for the guy's brother. And the federal police, my friends, look, they carried out a big raid there today and all. Things are really bad, aren't they? After all this information was given, false information, they're trying to mislead in every way, because things are really heating up. It's really getting serious. Here, as you can see, take a look. The federal police are carrying out 66 search and seizure operations against National Institute of Social Security fraud. And Lula's brothers' union is one of the targets. The goal is to deepen the investigations into alleged crimes of data insertion related to all this fraud that happened. Lula's brother is not the target, only the entity of which he is vice president, right? Folha de São Paulo trying to cover things up and all. Guys, in any serious country, he would already be in jail. But let's talk about Bolsonaro, right? The thing is, it's Bolsonaro 24 hours a day, which puts these perverse people in a less delicate situation, right?
Strangely, the day started with a federal police operation, right? In this very institution where we'll hear the president today, I learned that coincidences don't exist. So, a habeas corpus was granted by Minister Flavio Dino, even stating that he can remain silent, right? And that the lawyer does not suffer any kind of physical constraint. Man, who do we think we are? What are senators and deputies supposed to be? We find this kind of stance from the Supreme Court strange, right? As the investigation deepens, it implicates powerful people. The CGU minister visited last week. Didn't he know that it was Lula's brother, Frei Chico, who is the vice president of this institution? There is a clear article in Brazilian law stating that direct and indirect relatives cannot be part of the board of directors of parties or institutions like this. So did it take that long to make a decision? So to me, it seems like what's happening is a cover-up, right? From Lula's government over this corruption that's happening.
It seems like it's not a cover-up.
Today we have important requests. It's good for the public to know and follow along. I hope we don't have another embarrassment here from Lula's base. The Partido dos Trabalhadores people not wanting to call important witnesses, not wanting to break important confidentiality. If they want an investigation, let their votes prove it. In a little while, that panel back there will have requirement votes. And I hope they don't ask for a song on Fantastico since they've blocked it 3 times already, because they've already blocked here the partner of Careca from National Institute of Social Security. They've already blocked here the advisor to a senator of the Republic who received the money from this fraud. Today, for example, we have the vote on Carlos Luque's direct advisor. Today, we have a vote, for example, on lifting the confidentiality of Paulo Boldens, who is an advisor to the Federal Senate, a political consultant to the Federal Senate, who has already worked directly with the Federal Senate. So who got 3 million reais per the federal police from this fraud? Who stole from orphans, by the way? Who stole from widows and also elderly people, retirees and pensioners, billions of reais? So, let's pull this thread, and everyone who needs to give an explanation should come here to this committee. So the public should stay alert, because soon we'll have a vote. I hope there won't be any more sabotage or boycott here from Lula's group.
Look at that. And our dear Senator Carlos Viana was also outraged. Flavio Dino, trying in every way, is a shield. Dino granted habeas corpus to Lula's brother's union president. Why isn't Lula's brother president? Right? He ends up being the vice president and has a...
We've already started the day with another piece of news that surprises us. I just received a habeas corpus, the second one issued by Minister Flavio Dino. What can I say against this parliamentary commission of inquiry, even under the legality of the position he holds? The habeas corpus granted to the president of Sindinap allows him not to speak and not to answer absolutely anything in this parliamentary commission of inquiry. Now, gentlemen, take a good look. Federal police on the streets in several states. An operation that is being carried out together with our investigations and the investigations of the Supreme Federal Court. Yesterday, in a conversation with Minister Andre Mendonça, we exchanged many reports about what is happening and what we have already accomplished. Today, the police are carrying out operations, including at the union of this gentleman, who is here to testify. And then a habeas corpus arrives, shielding a person who has a lot to answer to the Brazilian people. I respect it. Of course, we have to act within the law here, but I find it strange once again. And let me make it clear, a habeas corpus coming from a minister who previously did not allow another person to come, and now allows someone who doesn't even take the oath to tell the truth. In other words, he can lie to this Parliamentary Inquiry Commission. In my understanding, as a member of parliament, we are facing a major movement to shield people who are close, including to the government and to the unions, and who are using the legislation so they don't have to give explanations to the Brazilian people. But that won't help, because the evidence we have, the transactions, the bank accounts, they speak for themselves.
It's very well explained, isn't it? Very well explained. Every time someone close to Lula is put on the spot, bam, a magic solution appears. A solution that saves them. Here, Bolsonaro arrested. Bolsonaro, right? Lula's second brother in the union who stole the most. Did you see Bolsonaro arrested at home? Look, the thing is tracking, it's coming. One of the guys had a Ferrari, the guy had 10 motorcycles, 10 luxury motorcycles at his house. Stuff like that, the fanciest things in the world. Motorcycle enthusiasts will love that he has a closet with over 40 of the most expensive helmets. We have, because I'm passionate about motorcycles. I don't have a car, I have a motorcycle. I'm passionate about motorcycles. Motorcycles and vintage cars when I say 20, right? I love Opala, I don't have one, but I'm passionate about motorcycles. The guy has 40 helmets, more expensive than Senna's helmet. The guy even had a car that belonged to Senna. He gave 100,000 reais to the Partido dos Trabalhadores, that's what is known, he confessed. I didn't give 100,000 reais to the Partido dos Trabalhadores. But Bolsonaro. Eduardo Bolsonaro, who Lula now calls Trump's best friend. You're kidding. These guys, they're kidding. Here's another corruption case coming up. Look at that. This is very serious, what I'm about to show you here. I followed this podcast, it's very informative. National Institute of Social Security pays billions in insurance to cities with non-existent fishermen. The sister of Lucien Gama, the senator, the other day she was celebrating, right? One of the suspects who was caught red-handed, that the guy wasn't going to the Parliamentary Commission of Inquiry, she celebrated. The sister is central to this scandal. Look here.
Did you know there's a small town there? Look at this to see how rich Brazil is. Did you know Mupara has a small town of about 14,000 to 15,000 people? I don't know if it's Cotejuba, something like that. Check it out later. Take a look at it later. A town of 15,000, everyone a fisherman, all compensated. Do you know how much money that was? Just in that town, deep in the jungle, you can't even see it on the map. Almost 5 billion. A tiny town where 5 billion disappeared.
Now look.
In short, there are a few fishing boats and the numbers must add up for each one. Each boat would need 1,000 people fishing daily.
Per day.
Did you know that?
You imagine a little fishing boat? A fishing boat, for the numbers to add up. 1,000 people inside this fishing boat. 1,000 people fishing at the same time? Oh, didn't I say? It's Bolsonaro, put Bolsonaro, it's Bolsonaro here, Bolsonaro there, Bolsonaro 24 hours, it's Bolsonaro, Bolsonaro, Bolsonaro. And Globo? No, it's Bolsonaro. It's Eduardo Bolsonaro. Trump is Lula's best friend. Quiest is booming. Lula is the most popular. Blah, 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 blah. All like that. They keep pushing this, but you don't see this information from the Parliamentary Commission of Inquiry. The Globo dancers over there, protesting, but you don't see a Globo dancer. But when it's Bolsonaro, man, look, I'll tell you. But Globo must have a lot of money going around. For them to defend it like that, there's no way. There's no way the math doesn't add up. It's not possible for them to see all that and really think we're a bunch of fools to believe in this nonsense. All of it. All of it. 1,000 people on a fishing boat. Globo over there, woo, celebrating. The other one. I gave money to Partido dos Trabalhadores, all money stolen from Social Security. There was even Senna's car in the garage, the Formula 1 car that he used to drive. Bang, 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 bang. Man. Let's see, right? It's exposed there. They won't get through. But we show that Inacio's brother, who they try to tell you is Bolsonaro's brother, look. It's becoming more evident every day. Hit like and subscribe to join our Paise Filios family. I'll return soon with more news and updates.